we go again. Sony, Bilbu-kun, a leaker, has leaked the headlines for the month of January for the PS Plus Extra and Premium games. And as always, we have only 7 games, but we might get more as this is just a leak. But for now, this is the amount of games we're getting in total, both Extra and Premium for this month. Yikes. Let's do the Extra tier first and then move on to the Premium tier. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Kicking off with the headliner of the month, a personal favorite, Resident Evil Village. This is a FPS survival horror game where you play as a man named Ethan Winters. In this game, you're searching for your kidnapped daughter in an eerie European village full of monsters and cultists. This game blends in with horror exploration, resource management, puzzle solving, and combat against what lies within. This game was very well received with a Metacritic score of 85 out of 100. Moving on, we follow Like a Dragon Infinite Melt, and this was a big deal. This is a turn-based JRPG, and it follows Ichiban Kazuga along with Kazuma Kiryu in what's easily the biggest Like a Dragon game so far. And for the first time in the series, the story takes you outside of Japan all the way to Hawaii, which already makes it feel fresh. Gameplay-wise, it's classic Like a Dragon. Story-heavy, emotional moments, ridiculous side quests, and surprisingly deep turn-based combat with job systems and team setups. You'll be spending a lot of time exploring, fighting enemies in stylish battles, and getting distracted by side content. In a good way. The game was very well received, sitting around 89 out of 100 on Metacritic, and fans consider it as one of the strongest entries in the entire franchise. Next up is Expeditions, a mud runner game, which is a bit more niche but still solid. This is a simulation-focused off-road exploration game where you drive heavy vehicles through rough terrain like mud, sand, and rocky landscapes. But the catch here is that, instead of racing, the whole point here is planning routes, managing your vehicle, using tools like winches and roads, and carefully navigating environments without getting stuck. It's slow-paced, methodical, and honestly, pretty satisfying if you're into realistic driving physics. The reception was generally positive, with a Metacritic score of around 80 out of 100, especially praise for its realism and technical depth. Though it's definitely not a game for everyone. Then we have A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, which is based on the movie franchise. This is a first-person survival horror game, but the twist is that sound is your enemy. You play in a world where making noise can literally get you killed. Gameplay focuses heavily on stealth, slow movement, and tension rather than constant combat. You'll be sneaking around environments, avoiding creatures, and trying to survive without drawing attention to yourself, which fits the movies perfectly. The game received mixed to decent reactions, with a Metacritic score in the mid-70s, mainly praised for atmosphere and tension, with some criticism around pacing and gameplay variety. After that, we've got the Exit 8, which is a very different kind of experience. This is a short psychological horror game played from a first-person perspective, where you're stuck in an endless underground passage. The goal is simple: spot anomalies. If something looks off, you turn back. If everything looks normal, you keep going. Sounds easy. The game messes with your head, and the tension slowly builds the longer you play. It was surprisingly well received for a small indie title, with a Metacritic score around 80 out of 100. And people loved how unsettling it is despite its simplicity. Next is Art of Rally, which is a stylized top-down racing game inspired by classic rally racing. Instead of realism, this game focuses on flow, precision, and vibes. You're drifting through beautiful environments, mastering tight corners, and chasing clean lap times. It's challenging, but very rewarding once you get the hang of it. The game was well received, holding a Metacritic score of around 82 out of 100, with praise for its art style, soundtrack, and unique take on rally racing. And now for the PsPlus Premium leaks. And boy, do we have a good one. We have Ridge Racer, coming to the PlayStation Plus Classics lineup. This is a classic arcade racing game all about high-speed drifting, tight tracks, and pure arcade fun. There's no realism here, just learning the tracks, nailing drifts, and chasing faster times. And the classic title is fondly remembered and while it doesn't have a modern Metacritic score, it's widely regarded as one of the PlayStation's most iconic racing franchises. And nice nostalgia hit different for premium subscribers. And that's it for this month. For the league status, we might be getting gold, we might not, who knows. But, as always, you're watching PlayStation Havoc. Good night.